Hey everybody, it's Shonda here, and I am bringing us our channeled message for this week of May 25th, 2025, going into this new week. And this message is also kind of blending in some messages that Spirit is bringing for people who are looking for this Saturn going into Aries as far as our astrology goes. And we got a new moon in Gemini that's literally tomorrow. That's Monday at the beginning of the week. So this channel message from this week is really going to also include and incorporate those energies that are coming through. All right. Because it was like three. It was like three different topics when I started to channel for us. And I was like, let me just press record. Okay. So the first thing about this week is give yourself the permission to understand that you are building new foundations. So this week, building new foundations means you are not who you used to be. You're not who you used to be. You don't move the way you used to move. You're not interested in what you used to be interested in. You don't really want to be around who you used to be around. Things are shifting. You are shifting. And with a shift, with a change, comes an opportunity. Spirit's like, let's look at this. Let's reframe it, right? Comes this opportunity that we get to build new foundations on how we want to move, new foundations on how you want to wake up, new foundations on how you want to go to sleep, new foundations on how you want to spend your weekends, new foundations on what you're interested in learning in. So take a moment this week to understand and to give yourself the permission to accept that you are not who you used to be. So the things that you are worried about, not even gonna pan out like that no more because you're not that person anymore. You don't even have that same perspective about life anymore, right? And so this week, patience. We got to have patience this week. Have patience with ourselves as we really lock in the habits and the behaviors that go with these new foundations that we're building for ourselves. Again, Spirit is talking about our disciplines, the rituals when it means to how we're going to take care of ourselves, the rituals and how we show up for ourselves, the rituals and how we make time to connect with ourselves, connect with our ancestors, connect to the divine. Really being non-negotiable about that time because Spirit, like, you get grouchy and you get grumpy when you don't do the things. So let's lock in the disciplines and really make the choice that we got to show up for ourselves. That's the new foundation, showing up for ourselves even when we don't feel like it, showing up for ourselves when we go, maybe I'll go do it tomorrow. No, no, Spirit's like, no, this week is the week where this is the make or break week where you need to have patience, but you also need to make the decision that you are going to be who you said you were going to be, even when you don't feel like it. That you're going to do the things you said you would do for your highest good, for your own evolution, and for your own ascension, even when you don't feel like it. You're going to eat the way you said you was going to eat, even when you don't feel like it. You're going to go to sleep early and get out of that survival mode, even when something is telling you, or when that survival mode and that grind program is still telling you to hustle it out and push through when your spirit is asking you for rest. So this week you might feel a lot of like push and pull and tug towards the old you who still may be shedding and dying off and transforming, in the new you that is begging for you to honor it. So you might feel a lot of that this week. What'll help ground us this week is remembering that that's just where we at right now and that that's okay. So that's where the patience is going to have to come in, not getting frustrated with not already being over here, knowing that there's still some things that's still going to be shedding and still going to be showing us that it needs to be shed, and that the in between right now of being in that full flow of how we want to move and being in this in between of shedding and embracing the full flow is understanding that we didn't dug up some stuff, we didn't broke up the concrete, we still clearing out debris. Okay, and this week is asking us to clear out all the final debris and really lay some good ground. lay some good ground that will allow for us to build on where we're going. So don't just focus on this is where I'm going and this is what I'm going to be doing. And spirit is like, that's cute, but it's not going to last and it's not going to mean nothing if you're not building it on good ground. And yes, good ground sometimes is going to feel like you starting over because you're not the same person. Good ground means, yes, you still got some things to learn and that you're still going to have to let yourself be taught and be teachable and be a student, and you don't have all the answers and you're going to have to let that go too. But understand that that good ground is coming because what you are building, your future self and your descendants are going to thank you for. What you're building right now is your legacy. The foundation that you're making way for is your legacy. And spirit is like, we need to start taking that more seriously and stop treating it like it's a part-time job that we're trying to apply for. What we building right now is legacy rituals, legacy disciplines that we get to pass down to our descendants in our communities and those that are coming after us and impact ourselves and our future selves right now in this moment. So this week with the new moon and pulling in that energy with Saturn and Aries and just with the energy of this week in general, spirit is saying, hey, it's time to really lock in on these foundations. And it's time to really be who you said you're going to be, even when you don't feel like it. All right. So let me go ahead and pull a chakra card out for us. Y'all know I love my chakra wisdom cards. And see what chakra that we need to be focused on for this week as we look at healing under the new moon, as we look at healing with this Saturn and Aries, and as we just look at the week in general. All right. So let me see what card comes out. What you got for us, Spirit? Mm-hmm. Oh, there it is. Okay. All right. So we got solar plexus chakra. The solar plexus is our gut. It's our core. It's where that instinct is. It's where our first brain is. And I like to say your solar chakra represents and it holds the energy and the experiences around how much you rock with yourself, how much you like you. Okay, your self-esteem, your self-value, your self-worth. Okay. And this theme we got is the warrior. So here are our solar chakra affirmations for this week. I embrace my inner strength, power, and resilience, and I allow myself to shine. I unfold my full potential as an empowered person with a true sense of who I am. I grow in consciousness as I overcome and transcend life's challenges. I need the warrior inside me for the journey ahead, and I am courageous in moving forward. Listen, Linda. So it's going back to that balance, right? Being patient with ourselves, calling upon this warrior strength because we're ascending in consciousness, what we believe, what we know we deserve. We're shedding old habits, old beliefs, old relationships, old ways of being and thinking. And then we're stepping in and we're laying foundation for what's next to come for us in our lives. That ain't no small feat. That ain't like no little cute one, too. It's a fight, it's a war within to do this work. And so when you're looking at us really taking advantage of the energy that the planets are offering us, the energy that the earth is offering us, the energy that the moon is offering us, really consider tapping into doing some healing in that solar chakra around you having this fight to still choose you when you don't feel like it, this fight to still honor those boundaries when you don't feel like it, the fight to still nourish yourself even when you don't feel like it, the fight to show up and be who you said you are now being, even when you don't feel like it. That alone, you need that warrior within you. So what does that look like for us when we're moving our bodies? Moving again, spirit is like moving in ways that's going to push you a little bit. Again, we're still not being encouraged to like do the most, but you do want to look at movement that's going to allow for you to strengthen your vessel this week. All right. A lot of movement that incorporates the core, something that's going to really make you intentionally focus on keeping your core activated, keeping your stomach activated, keeping it engaged throughout the entire workout. So even if you're going for a walk, Are you going to be intentionally keeping that core activated as you walk? Are you going to walk with some dumbbells? Some people like to do the weighted vest, right? Things that are really going to make you strengthen your vessel and keep that core engaged. All right. I'm just seeing with spirit. I keep seeing citrine. So for people who work with crystals and meditating under this new moon, really look at some citrine. I'm being shown tiger's eye. I'm being shown orange calcite, a little bit of amber, but more so that citrine, tiger's eye, and orange calcite for my people who are really working with pouring more positivity in yourself this week so that you don't get discouraged and feel like you're at the end of your rope when it comes to balancing your patience and laying down this foundation. So those crystals are really going to give you that energy and help you stay in that positive mind frame as we lay these new foundations this week and as we just need the energy and the inner motivation to still do it, even when we don't feel like it. I'm trying to see if Spirit's gonna give me some herbs, y'all. Okay, so I heard rosemary, I heard borage, I heard peppermint. Anybody else? They're showing me a berry, but I can't see what kind of berry it is. Okay. So I'm also hearing raspberry leaf for people who may have been dealing with some sacral stuff. So really needing to, oh, thank you, Spirit. Really needing to push out some creativity this week as a source for you to stay motivated and inspired. So maybe some raspberry leaf tea to really allow for you to push out elderberry. Touche. All right. To really give you the strength that you need to really continue to stay strong for this week. So if any of those herbs resonated with you. So remember, we're looking at our teas, our tinctures. If we want to put it in a little, t-shirt, a muslin bag, drop that ting in the bathtub, say some intentions and some prayers and get you a nice spiritual bath in. All right. Or just taking, if you have that herb and you want to just lay it on your body and connect directly to the plant, connect directly to that plant ally and get that medicine. All right. Anything else, Spirit? Right. I just heard stay strong. So this week we got this, y'all. But I really am hearing like be patient. We're really being encouraged to be patient with ourselves as we take on this new way of being. Be patient as you let yourself continue to shed. Don't expect no overnight genie in a lamp thing. Be patient. Be patient with your evolution. Be patient with your ascension. Be patient with this breakthrough. Be patient with this breakthrough and let this week build that foundation. Building a foundation takes time and it definitely takes patience. Don't lay no raggedy foundation. Like I heard somebody answer, so it was like, please don't lay no raggedy foundation because you're going to regret it in the long run. So you might have to slow down more than you're used to, and that's okay. It'll be worth it. It'll be worth it. And it's okay. It'll be worth it and it's okay. All right, y'all. If you're looking for anything more specific for your journey from your ancestors on what this means when it comes to taking care of yourself, how is it aligning with what's going on in your life? I got the link in the description below, and you can book an ancestral reading with me. And you can also download and grab the Chakra Wellness book where I break down what the chakras are, how you can heal with it from herbs to movement and crystals to just get you started on your healing journey where you're like, where do I start? What do I do? What's happening? That Chakra Wellness book is a beautiful, beautiful start to get you there. All right. I love y'all. Keep going, keep growing, keep healing. Be patient this week. And we got this. We got this. I'm going to see y'all next week. Check in. Drop the comments below. Let me know how your week is going.